Joining me live is Professor Peter Matthews, live in the US, in Los Angeles. Thank you so much for joining us as always. So what is your reaction of the Pope there? He's saying both are against life.
Pretty interesting because Donald Trump was pro-choice quite a few decades ago. And when he ran for president, became pro-life because he wanted to get the Republican vote. And now there's been some hedging because in Florida, there's a rule there, there's a law that says within 6 weeks is the only time that a woman can have an abortion, within the first 6 weeks. And they asked Trump, do you support that? And first Trump said, yes, I do. Now he says he does. Well, first he said, that's too short a time, and it should be a longer time period for the woman. Now he's changed his mind, so I'm going to go ahead and vote for that. So he's been back and forth on the abortion issue himself, although he's come out, the Republican Party is very much in the majority for pro-life, anti-choice. But Kamala Harris clearly has always been pro-choice on abortion. The Pope is talking about that issue particularly, but also he's saying that perhaps he insinuated that Trump was against immigration and against life in that sense, allowing people to come and live a full life here. So it's a conundrum for the Pope to decide which of the two to pick or which to recommend to his people, his flock. So they have to make up their own mind, I suppose.
Many people have said that the debate was 3 against 1 with the moderators on Kamala Harris's side. Would you agree?
I don't think so much. I mean, I think that it was not a hostile host or hostile host to Kamala Harris. It certainly may have been in some ways here and there favorable toward her. On the other hand, it was also, fact-checked Donald Trump on certain things that he said, and he made more inaccurate statements than she did, so they were fact-checking him a lot more. So I think overall the debate was quite fair overall, and that Kamala Harris just outshone him because she was able to get under his skin by getting to his emotions, by talking about his crowds being small and people leaving early from his rallies. He didn't like that because he doesn't like to be hit talked about his rallies that way. And he started going off on tangents rather than sticking to the issues. Whenever she was able to bring up a personal attack like that about his personality, his inadequacy that way, he started to get involved with that instead of sticking to the solid issues of his party, which is cut taxes on the wealthy investing class, mainly on businesses, and they will invest the money to grow the economy. It'll trickle down to all of us, and there'll be jobs and that type of Reagan-esque ideas. He should have stuck to that and stuck to the economy and not going off on immigration. My goodness, he went off on saying that Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, are eating pets. I mean, how bizarre could that be? So Kamala Harris, he played right into her hands, and she was laughing and looking at him very bemusedly, and that really hurt him in a sense. So overall, I think the debate was, of course, most people, about 2 to 1, said that she won the debate in the polling, and many experts said that. But of course, Trump supporters will say that he did well and he won as well.
And early voting has become much easier for American voters. We've got celebrity endorsements known to increase people's votes. But realistically, Professor, how much of an impact will this have, do you think?
In general, endorsements by celebrities can bring attention to the campaign, but don't add a lot of points or percentage points of votes. But in this case, with Taylor Swift, who is a super celebrity, known, 280 million followers is how many she has on social media, on Instagram. That's a lot of people. When she talks to the young people, who are mostly her supporters, all she has to do is tell them, get registered to vote, and here's why I'm voting for Kamala Harris. And she listed the reasons she's voting for Kamala Harris. And then she said, I've done my research, I've chosen Kamala, you do your research and choose the candidate that you want. So it was sort of a soft choice, a soft peddling. It wasn't like a hard sell of Kamala Harris that she made. So I think that's even more effective. And if only a few thousand vote the opposite way in those swing states, that can tip the scales in the electoral college vote in those 7 swing states. So young people, if you can get them activated, then you would say that Taylor Swift had a major impact on history if Kamala wins.
Who do you think will have a major impact on the Republicans in terms of celebrity endorsements?
I think they were hoping that Elon Musk would, and certainly Elon Musk is a huge name, and he's contributed a lot to technology, to clean air with the beautiful Tesla cars. I've got a couple of them myself. I enjoy them so much. He made electric cars popular in the world, including in China. That reduces climate change. So he was a celebrity that a lot of people liked, even on the progressive side. But now there's been controversial statements by him, so I'm not sure that would actually help Trump in the end. It couldn't hurt him, I suppose. We'll have to wait and see on that. And it wasn't just Elon Musk, but a few other celebrities also endorsed President Trump.
And getting back to early voting, do you think many people are going to head to the polls early? And with this election in the US, obviously you know that it's not compulsory to vote. Do you think there will be an increase in voting?
unlike in Australia where it is
Yeah.
compulsory to vote. We don't have that here. And it's a shame in the sense that it's a shame that so few people vote. We're lucky we have a 60% turnout. We call that a high turnout. And normally it's about 55%. In many countries in Europe as well, it's 87%, 85%, 75%. And we need to work on that. I think this time, though, there's heightened interest in this election. It's a very critical election with the country being able to go one way or the other in two different directions, specific and clear-cut directions, that of President Trump and that of Vice President Harris. And these directions, this clear choice, we as political scientists know that when there's a clear-cut choice on the issues and on the candidates, more people turn out to vote. And on top of that, you get involved all the heightened tensions about foreign policy and about economics and things like that, and young people getting more involved with these endorsements. I think it's going to be a higher turnout than normal. It was the highest turnout, I think, in modern history last time in 2020, about 60%. It could be more like 65% this time. We'll have to wait and see.
Always appreciate your time and analysis, Professor, I should say, Peter Matthews. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Janie.